Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Mary and I give you guys an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you grabbed a snack, stayed for a while, and click the subscribe button. I am on the journey of hopefully reaching 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2021, and you can help me out by clicking the subscribe button. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. So as you can see by the title, we are reviewing the new Wayne Goss eyeshadow palette. This is the Luxury Eye Palette in Pearl. This is the third eyeshadow palette that he has released. So if you would like to see what I think about this palette, then just go ahead and keep on watching. All right, guys, so this is the packaging and it's pretty reflective. If I do remember correctly, that's what his main packaging is. And this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. It's a glossy, so yeah, your fingerprints are gonna show up everywhere. In case you haven't seen it yet, this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. It's a very beautiful eyeshadow palette. It definitely really reminds me of bridal colors, which is essentially what he's kind of referring it to as his bridal palette. I totally see it. These colors are beautiful. As you can tell, I already used it because I did create the other look for this video. This runs you for $55 and you can purchase it at Beautylish. They do offer free shipping if you spend $35 or more. So just by purchasing this palette, you do get free shipping. I know it is a little bit pricey for just 6 shades, but the pans are pretty big and I feel like the quality definitely makes up for the price. But honestly, that's really just on a base to base. Everyone is different and it just depends on you personally if the $55 is worth it. Why don't we go ahead and get into the 2 eyeshadow looks that I create with this beautiful palette. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started with look number 1 with the Wayne Goss Luxury Eye Palette in Pearl. First thing I'm going to do is set my primer. I did use the Makeup by Mario and I'm going to use shade number 1, which is the lightest one in the palette. This is a Soft Blend 20 by Sigma. And I'm just going to use this to set everything. Harper, por favor, no haga ruido, por favor. Okay. My toddler is here with me. You guys already know. I remind her all the time to be quiet. All right, next shade I'm going to go into is going to be shade number 3, and it's the pretty pink one. And I'm using a Sigma E38. I'm going to use this as my transition shade. It's a beautiful pinky color. All right, that's what shade number 3 is looking like. Now I'm going to go into shade number 4, and it's this beautiful soft, it looks like a brown to me. I'm using a Wet n Wild brush, the number erased, but that's what it looks like. And I'm going to use this in the inner and outer corner. All right, now I'm going to jump into shade number 5, and it's the pretty soft, to me it looks like a gray, like a slate gray. And I'm using a Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH40. I'm going to use this to deepen up the inner and outer corner a tiny bit, even though you can't really get much depth with this palette. It's very soft and just, it reminds me of wedding makeup, you know, just soft, almost ethereal, you know. All right, now that that's on, I'm going to go into shade number 2, but I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to add this in the middle. As you can see, I'm doing a halo eye today. All right, now I'm going to dig into shade number 6, and that's the shimmer shade in the palette. It looks absolutely gorgeous, so I cannot wait to dig in. let me put on some face makeup and we'll finish the under eye. All right, foundation is on. Now I am going to dig in to shade number 3, which is the pink one. I'm using a Moda Pro. This is a 466. That's what it looks like. And I'm just going to run this all along the lower lash line. I'm going to keep the lower lash line pretty light. I am going to connect it to the top. All right, now I'm going to dip into shade number 5, that like gray slate color. I'm using the same brush, JH40, the little small precision brush. And I'm going to bring this only halfway in. And I'm going to connect it to the top. Okay, the last step is the inner corner and the brow highlight. I'm going to go into shade number 2. I'm going to pick it up with a concealer brush. This is the F70 by Sigma. And I'm going to go right in here and right on the brow bone. It's probably too dark for the brow bone, but that's all right. All right, let me go get some lashes on and we'll be done. All right, guys, this is the finished eye look. I think it looks very beautiful, very soft and elegant. I did do a small little tiny brown, dark brown wing in the outer corner. And I also went in with my gel pencil in the color Honey Dew by ColourPop Cosmetics in the waterline. And I did go in the inner corner with a little bit of shade number 6, which is like the pretty shimmer shade. I just felt like it needed a little bit more of a pop, and yeah. But this is it. This is the final eye look. What do you think? All right, guys, let me know what you think. So we are going to get started with look number 2, and we are going to start off with the cream shade. I already primed my eyelids. This time I did use my Makeup Forever eye primer, and I'm using a fluffy brush. This is an M504, and I'm just going to set that eye primer. I could leave it sticky, like the base is a little sticky even though it has dried down, but I don't think I am. I want to make sure that everything is blending nice and smoothly. Also, FYI, my child is here, so I apologize in advance, but I keep apologizing every video, right? Okay, I'm going to wipe this with my little Sigma switch, and now I'm going to dip into shade number 3, which is the pretty rosy pink one. And I'm going to stick on the outer corner with the colors. So I'm only going to add this on the outer corner as my transition shade. It's a beautiful color. I love it. Such a very, like, this would be perfect as a blush. All right, there it is. Such a beautiful color. I did bring it down to my lower lash line a bit. Now we're going to go into shade number 4, which is the pretty light brown in the palette. I'm using a Sigma E38, and I'm also going to keep this on the outer corner. All right, now I'm going to go into shade number 5, and it's the beautiful slate gray. At least to me, it looks like a slate gray, and like it has maybe like a small tint of like pink or purple in it. It's a beautiful gray. I'm using a Moda Pro. This is the 466, and I'm really going to try and build this up in the outer corner. I'm stamping it first. Now I'm going back with that other brush that I used for shade number 4, and I'm just going to kind of blend those two shades together. Just kind of marry them, you know? All right, that's what we have so far. Now we're going to dig into shade number 6, which is the shimmery shade. He refers to the glitter shades as celestial shades. I'm going to put this in my inner lid. I'm not going to put any pigment underneath it. I just want like the shade that is already on there. That works perfectly fine. Oh, and I am using my finger. And also, I don't know if I mentioned it, every single shade that I did use on the top, I did bring it down to my lower lash line every single time I used the shade. So I have all 3 shades on my lower lash line as well. All right, guys, and this is the finished look. I did want to show you the look before I put on some lashes. I did want to take note that the celestial shade, which is like the shimmery glitter shade, does get hard pan pretty quick. It's still working. Like, I still, you know, run my finger through it and I still pick up product. According to Morgan Turner, even though it does get hard pan, it doesn't actually stop working. And if it does, all you really need to do is just scrape it off. So let me put on some lashes, come back, and then we'll talk about this palette and everything. All right, guys, this is the final eye look. I don't know why my eye got red all of a sudden. I must have irritated it with something. I don't know with what. I did go in with a nude eyeliner. This is by NYX, and I went ahead and also used my Dior Forever Luminizer highlighter in 01 for the inner corner and the brow bone. Yeah, I love this eye look. I think it came out very, very beautiful, and I definitely feel like this is something I could totally wear for my wedding. I don't know, what do you guys think? All right, guys, and those are the 2 eye looks with the new Wayne Goss eyeshadow palette in the shade Pearl. I definitely feel like this palette could definitely become a staple in somebody's kit that does a lot of bridal makeup looks. All right, so let me go ahead and show you swatches of the shades. Here they are. So shade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 is that celestial little shimmer glitter shade. I definitely love the fact that he named it by numbers instead of actually putting names on the eyeshadow palette. I mean, it makes sense. It's a small palette, and I feel like it's pretty easy to tell you what shade I'm using and you follow along in case you're doing, you know, the same eye look that I'm doing. Overall, I really am enjoying this palette. The only negative I would probably have to say is that this gets hard pan very, very fast. But like I mentioned, Morgan did say that it continues to keep working. And right now when I swatched it, it swatched pretty well. You could see the shade. So I'm not having any issues with the performance of it. I also did watch Patty Alonso's 3 eye looks with this palette. And she did compare it with the Charlotte Tilbury Exagger Eyes quad. So I did bring mine up so that we can do a little side-by-side comparison and see if it does have a similar vibe. So I can definitely see what she is talking about. And with both palettes, you definitely can't create too much depth with any eye look that you come up with. Pretty much all of the eye looks that you come up with this eyeshadow palette are going to look mostly the same. So I definitely have to say, if you do have the Exagger Eyes by Charlotte Tilbury, then you definitely don't really need the Wayne Goss one unless you are like a Wayne Goss stan and you need to get it, then okay. I loved it when I saw it, and it makes sense because I love this little quad by Charlotte Tilbury. So I decided I wanted to get it and review it for you guys. I only did 2 eye looks because honestly, like I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, almost every single eye look is going to look the same. So what I decided to do was just create a halo eye with the first eye look and create one of these little outer corner and then shimmer in the inner lid type of look for the second eye, because most of the eye looks are going to look pretty much the same. I definitely could see myself wearing an eye look like this for my wedding, like for sure. Maybe add like a brown winged liner, but it's a beautiful eye look. But yeah, here it is. I am really enjoying it. I would definitely recommend this eyeshadow palette if you have the money, of course. Do you absolutely need to go break your wallet to add it to your collection? No, you don't. But if you have the money, or if you have the extra funds and you're looking into purchasing a gorgeous palette, then yeah, I would definitely recommend this eyeshadow palette by Wayne Goss. I think that pretty much concludes this video. I will go ahead and link everything down below that I have on the rest of my face in case you are wondering. I did test out a couple of new products to me today, but they're not like new, they're just new to me. So I will definitely list everything down below and you can check them out. All right, guys, well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. We are so close to 500 subscribers. You have no idea how excited I am when we do reach that goal. I hope it's soon. I really want to bless one of you guys with the goodies in the giveaway. All right, I would love it if you guys gave this video a big ol' thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it, and you would definitely help me out in the algorithm and hopefully bring in some new and fresh eyes to my channel. And if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you joined my small YouTube family by clicking the subscribe button. I would love to have you. I am on the journey of hopefully reaching 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2021, and you can help me out by clicking the subscribe button. Okay, guys, I will see you on the next video. Bye.